the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome in. Fun hour on tap. In 15 minutes, we'll get to tonight's Major League Baseball card. Bottom of the hour, Derek Stevens will join the program, owner, CEO of Circa Las Vegas. They offered incredible promotions at this property over the weekend. How was it received, and how could other casinos across the country copy them, Pauly? They should, right?
Get people in the door and get a customer for life. You come in, they'll have a great time. Give stuff away. Get them in the door. Absolutely.
All right, so let me run down some props here for tonight's baseball card before we get into the actual games themselves and the betting numbers on the board for tonight. Here, I'm looking at the Ballpark Pal model right now at vsin.com. You can go check it out. Click under Tools when you're on the website and toggle from there. So their projections tonight, they have Frankie Montas at 6.59 Ks. 6.59 overall. The consensus line on Frankie Montas is 6.5. They would make that at minus 107. It's plus 215. So on Frankie Montas against the Angels, per their model, per their numbers, that is 62.83% of value. That's pretty strong. Again, last night, Zach Wheeler, they were all over him. I shied away for a couple of reasons. First of all, it was 8.5. But they were super high on going over 9.5 based on the numbers, and it got there. They're also really high, and this was one of my bets today, on JT Ginn, who was going for the A's. They projected the line to be 4.5 strikeouts. They projected him overall for 4.73 Ks and at minus 107, but the consensus line of 4.5 is actually an out number at plus 210. So that's 60+% of value going over 4.5. I took it down. I just played over 3.5 at plus 120. And they're super high on him. And that over 3.5 plus 120 is higher than what you could find at other books anyway. They're also very high on Drew Rasmussen tonight, going for the Rays against the White Sox. There is something here where they might want to limit him, though, going down the stretch. So I'd be a little bit concerned. But their projected line was 5.5, even though their projection is 5.39. That's two different things. And they projected over 5.5 at plus 119. It's plus 250 tonight. So 59.82% of value there. I'll give you two other guys here with the K props. Well, three. Framber Valdez. They have him getting 6.32 Ks per night tonight. At 6.5, they would make the number plus 118. That's plus 225. So I played over 5.5 at plus 130. The Miz is going tonight.
The Miz.
They made 7.5 over plus 120. You can find that at plus 205. So huge value there. And what do you want to do here with Cam Schlittler? Hello.
Yeah, careful, yeah.
Who is a...
I know, tough. I think he's going to get there with the strikeouts. I trust him. He throws gas.
So, but here's the rub. Another under last night for an opposing pitcher against the Blue Jays when they're playing in Toronto. Opposing pitchers now, Pauly, are on a 21-2-1 run under their K-prop. Rodon last night was 5.5. He finished with 4. They got to him. Schlittler tonight is 3.5. Juice to the over. They projected the line for 4.5, and they actually have him getting to 4.83 tonight.
See, these guys are tough because... the kid from Baltimore was horrendous yesterday.
Yeah.
He hadn't gone in 11 days. The Miz hasn't gone in 2 weeks. And then Schlittler went one time, and then he got something happened to him, and they scratched him. So that's it for him, too. So I'm worried about these guys who haven't been out there for a while. But I think he can get there because and they're showing it with the Miz's outs prop, too. They don't think he's even going to go 6 innings tonight.
Oh, they would have
17
and a half?
Yeah, yes. And
okay.
But I think the guy's going to get there with the strikeouts just based on his stuff and how hard he throws.
So, awesome. He's like this rookie phenom, right? And he blazes the ball up there at 100 miles an hour and struck out a ton of guys in his first start. And he's got elite stuff. But what you said makes... Well, I can't bet it because June 9th was his last go-around.
Yeah.
And he was scratched because of arm soreness.
Yeah.
And he's going against a team that will not strike out.
Got good stuff, though.
I know.
It was, yeah. So I was impressed by the kid. Yep.
Anybody else? I'll give you
that.
one here. I guess Chase Burns tonight. He was 5.5, but he was bet up from, I think, over -120 all the way to like -160. They are projecting him to get to 6.43 tonight. So they have him going over 5.5, kind of at ease by a full strike out there. What do you want to do with Rich Hill going against the Cubbies?
I can't find outs. What are his outs? Give me a break. What is this now? 45 years old, they're bringing him up? He ties the record now. 14th different team ties Edwin Jackson's record.
I don't think you're going to find outs on him tonight.
I can't find it. Okay. They should light him up. And then the Cubbies are 260. I don't mind DeGrom outs over as well. That he should set him up and set him down with the A's.
Well, so that's the last two guys you brought up. I'll give you what the ballpark pal is saying. Rich Hill, they actually have going 4.7 innings on average.
Come on.
That seems a bit high to me, too. And you brought up DeGrom. They have him go almost touching 6.5 innings tonight.
Yeah.
So what's his K prop? Or I'm sorry, his outs prop?
17.5. Heavily juiced to the over.
Yeah.
No, 8. Oh, there's an 18.5 under -180. It depends. So that, yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do with that number. How about Kurtz? What a run this guy's on. Hitting 330. Is he the favorite now?
He is to win the AL Rookie of the Year.
Hitting 336 the last 30 games. He's been dialed in. Suarez as well. 450 average. 7 bombs last 6 games. 5 bombs last 3 games. And you can get him. He's available probably.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be huge if Seattle can get this guy. Stowers, 10 of 20. 6 bombs, 12 ribbies, last 5 for the Marlins. He's dialed in. Acuna's hot. I don't mind Acuna props. He also has good numbers against the pitcher he's going against today. And that's where I wind up on some props here with the hitters tonight. Again, it's up to you how you want to do it. We just saw what happened with Vlad last night. He was hitting career 600 against Rodon. You want to go hits, runs, RBIs, total bases, whatever hit, but it's up to you how you want to play it. But those are some guys who are dialed in and hot right now.
I'll add some here. Salvi Perez, 4 dingers over his last 15 at-bats, 6 runs, 6 RBIs, taking on Boyd. This Royals roster against Boyd, 85 plate appearances, 18.8% K rate. He's got actually pretty good numbers overall against them. Doesn't walk many guys. The WOBA is 338. We'll dive more into the card coming up in about 8 minutes here. You mentioned Suarez. Bryce Harper, been hot lately. 7 of 16. That's a 438 average, 3 home runs, 4 doubles, and 6 RBIs. And the other guy is Ozzie Albies. 2 home runs, 10 RBIs in his last 7 days. The break's in there, so you're going to have a limited amount of at-bats, obviously.
Okay.
I brought this up earlier to Will Hill. What do you think about Suarez around 16-1 most home runs? Our buddy Weston grabbed him 60-1 last week.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think it was last week or
Wow.
within the last 10 days, whatever it was.
I like it.
Because he was hot. He was like 7 back. He's like, why?
Well, Raleigh's in a slump. Plus, the other thing is teams are starting to figure out, why do we bother pitching a Judge?
Yeah.
There's
right.
just no reason.
It only took 6 years.
But you got Ohtani going deep every game now, too. Interesting move in the market for MVP. Raleigh's down to plus 370.
It's funny, too. I saw Ohtani as low as $8 yesterday and as high as, I think, minus 1,500.
Is that right?
But when
and then he comes out, right, pitches 3 good innings, makes 1 mistake, and then he leads off with a home run.
Sure.
So Mookie had a hit. Mookie was leading off, and then he goes deep. Yeah.
And then PCA misses the game last night. He's back tonight for the Cubs. But that's going to be so tough to overcome. Ohtani, I mean, if the pitching is going to continue to be there and they're going to ramp up the innings, man, oh man, how do you beat that guy out?
Yeah, the thing that's going to hurt you is I don't think you're going to win the division. That's another one.
That's going to be a major killer. That's part of the reason why I've been betting the Brewers to win it.
Yeah. What do you expect out of Miz? So going back now, I mentioned the long layoff here, but hitters are hitting 138 against him, all the strikeouts, and all the runs he's allowed to come off home runs. Just that one bad start against the Mets.
No, that was on the road.
Right, and then he was great against the Dodgers. Ohtani took him deep, and that was it, and all the strikeouts. So he probably goes, they're saying he goes about 5 innings, but it also helps you going against this Seattle offense and in that ballpark.
Yeah. I mean, if he can give up, here's the thing, to show that kind of poise against the Dodgers, to give up a leadoff home run to Ohtani, then settle down and strike out 12 before he leaves the game.
Yeah.
My God, man.
Yeah, beat Skeens. Out-dueled Skeens.
Yeah.
He was great in that start. He just had the bad start against the Mets. It happens.
One
right?
rough outing on the road against the Mets. That's it.
And your numbers updated. It went 2-1 last night. Angels 12-1 overrun first 5. Cardinals 11-2 overrun first 5. Arizona 10-1 overrun first 5.
You want to go back with that one with the Angels Mets tonight? They can't get to Montas, and vice
they
versa.
Should be right. Hendricks, they should get to Hendricks.
I know the Mets, team total here. They've been going under 4.5 a lot, not exactly scoring a ton of runs, but that's exactly right. They're not going to. I mean, Hendricks is throwing like 81 miles an hour, whatever it is.
Yes.
And by the way, like that Angels line, if they had any pitching whatsoever, could be a tad dangerous this year.
I can't. The Oriole game, the Cleveland-Baltimore game, which goes soon, should fly. Come on. 8 with these guys? Young's been terrible.
Yeah. Well, maybe a Guardians team total over the way that they're
too.
ranking
That's another
now.
one, right? I mean, they were down 3-0 and 5-2. No problem. They come right back and blow them out. That's crazy. They lose 10 in a row. Now they won 9 of 11. Ooh, maybe they make a move now. Instead of being sellers. Get in on the action at First Bet. They have you covered. Sign up now to access exclusive promotions and bet on hundreds of great horse races every day right from your phone or computer. Visit firstbet.com, promo code VSIN200. Get a 20% rebate on all your wages for the first 60 days, up to $200. Don't miss out. Start betting today. Firstbet.com. Go get it.
All right, we'll keep diving into tonight's Major League Baseball card coming up. We'll go over line moves, betting angles, numbers we like here on Follow the Money. It's VSIN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSIN.
Derek Stevens, owner, CEO of Circa Las Vegas, coming up in 15 minutes. More on the baseball card coming up here. We have games starting in about 25 minutes. I'll give you this one with the Tigers, who no longer have the best record in Major League Baseball, playing at Pittsburgh. Their sticks have gone completely silent. I'll expand on that in a minute. It's Mize going against Keller.
And Flaherty was bad again.
Yep. And the Tigers open up a minus 140 favorite in this game, down to minus 127. So here's the deal with Keller going for the Pirates. He threw 6 innings of one run ball, no decision in Minnesota on the Sunday before the All-Star break. Struck out 3, he walked none. He's 3-10 on the year. However, 14 quality starts. That is tied for the third most in baseball. Only Logan Webb and Zach Wheeler have more at 15. This is exactly like Paul Skeens. He gets 2.65 runs of support per 9 innings. That is the lowest among all NL starters, minimum 10 games started. So it's actually worse than Paul Skeens. 1.96 ERA and a 180 opponent batting average over his last 6 starts. He's been dynamite with the 4-seam usage over his last 6 starts. So maybe like a Tigers team total under here, or do you want to look at Mitch Keller under 2.5 earned runs allowed in the start tonight? Guy's been really good.
Yeah, I don't mind the under here. And based on the 3-0 result yesterday and the Keller's good numbers, I can trust Mize. And Detroit hasn't been hitting, as you said, during this funk where they've dropped 7 of 8.
Yeah,
so
only 20 runs in that span.
Yeah, I would say under 8 in this one. And it's been disappointing. Every team goes through peaks and valleys and ups and downs, and they're in a funk right now what Detroit's going through.
No doubt.
So, but this is a 1.96 his last 6 starts. So you're right. Even though the record's hideous, but the numbers have been good for him going back. And Pittsburgh can hit. That's another one. So that was more of, I think, an indictment on Flaherty, that the guy gives up 3 runs and they can't do anything on the bullpen the rest of the way. So I expect 6 strong, 6 hard out of Mize, and then the bullpen comes in and shuts them down behind them.
Not much movement on this Yankees game at the Blue Jays. Again, Schlittler is going for the Pinstripers against Scherzer and the Blue Jays. Toronto opened up minus 120. They are in the minus 112, minus 113 range at some books now. I'll give you this on Max Scherzer. Lefties are slugging .556 with 4 home runs and a 14.3% K rate against Scherzer this year. Righties are slugging .375 with 1 home run and a 38% K rate. Check the lineup here, because this could be a lefty-heavy lineup for the Yankees in this game. I'll try to get that right now, actually. They should be coming out, obviously. If they're not, they have to be out by now. But are they going to be sitting Goldschmidt and or Stanton in this game? And they're going to go Grisham, Bellinger, Judge, Chisholm. There's Stanton, Rice, Wells, and then a couple of other players as well, not named Goldschmidt. So they are going to go lefty heavy tonight, which makes a lot of sense here for New York in this game.
Well, right back with the Jays. Can they make it 12 in a row now at home? And essentially it's a 5-game lead in the division because one more win and they'll clinch the tiebreaker against the Yankees.
That's right.
This is something. So I come back and back them again. Here, it's flipped, though, where they're favored. Previous 5 games, the last 5, they were underdogs against the Yankees. Well, they're just not that good. Again, they're just, an average team. And again, no confidence in Cashman to do anything at the deadline or in ownership. And again, look at the record when Fried doesn't go.
Yep.
So the great story with the Jays and keep it going. How about the White Sox? The White Sox have won 5 in a row now. And the Rays are reeling.
That was bad last night for
Yes,
Baz,
it was.
man.
They were big favorites. They are on a 6-14 run. And here Rasmussen is laying a big price here against the White Sox, who are playing good ball, as high as 240 tonight against Martin. Total of 8.
What's the play here?
Can't figure the Rays out. Man.
I think this is a bad matchup here for the White Sox tonight.
Over? Team total?
For the Rays?
Yes.
I could get on board with that.
Okay.
Yep. The Padres are playing at the Marlins.
Big win yesterday.
Yeah, you pointed this out yesterday, right? The Padres remaining SOS, third easiest in baseball. They are 35-13 against teams below 500, best in baseball this year.
Yep.
However, 20-32 against teams above 500, by far the worst among teams that are currently sitting in playoff position.
Well, I'll worry about that once I make the playoffs, but I got to get in there first, and I love what they're saying about they're built for the second half, and they did it last year. They closed 43-20 post All-Star break. Schedule's easy. Got the win yesterday, 3.5 up with the last wild card, but you run into Cabrera here, who's been solid. Since late May, he's got a 2.25 ERA. They won as dogs yesterday. See if they can do it today. Cabrera, $1.35 in that range, and you're also right that they get King back coming up in August. I don't know. They're going to do something at the deadline, rest assured.
Yeah. And, how sleepy, by the way, has it been with Edward Cabrera?
He's good.
His numbers are right there.
And they're a good they're playing good ball.
Yeah, they are. But, I mean, he has the 4th best ERA in the NL in that time that you just talked about. Only Sanchez, Skeens, and Boyd are better. That's it. That's the list. $1.27 in this game.
Yep.
I'll give you one that, all tickets pay the same. Cardinals are playing at the Rockies. Now, get this. Eric Fetty is 0-6. Remember that start that he had against the Nationals back in May? He was awesome. Complete game shutout. Since then, 5.71 ERA with an 0-6 record. In his last start, July 12th, 3 runs allowed in 4 2/3. That was against the Braves. However, he has made 1 start against Colorado with the Cardinals. He allowed 1 run in 7 innings, 10 Ks, final start of last year. He hasn't been good, though, in this stretch. And Bradley Blaylock is going tonight for the Rockies. Pretty good over his last start. 1 run in 5 2/3. That was in a 4-3 Rockies loss. But before that, Pauly, his last start on May 10th, he allowed a career-high 12 runs on 13 hits in 3 2/3 to the Padres. The total tonight is 12. First 5 is 6.5.
Yeah.
Would you look at maybe playing the Cardinals on a team total over in this game? Or go both because Fetty's been awful since that complete game shutout?
Yeah, I go both first 5 over with that great streak that they're on. 8-1 to have the most runs tonight.
In this game or the Cardinals?
Cardinals Cardinals are 8. Colorado's 14.
Huh.
Most runs on the night.
I mean,
I
both.
I would think St. Louis should be able to get after it offensively tonight.
Yep.
Absolutely. That's a good one. Acuna, 9 extra base hits last 9 games. Yelich hitting .500 career against Gilbert. Bregman, number 1 OPS against lefties. Phillies, 7-1 in Sanchez home starts. Lindor, 0-26 run. Baltimore's lost 5 of 6. They've been outscored 45-15. They also are horrible against lefties. Worst slugging in the league. Some other tidbits and notes there as well.
I'll expand on the Guardians,
tonight?
by the way. You brought up their hot streak now. Isn't baseball funny?
Yeah, it's incredible.
9 of 11.
They couldn't hit. They lost 10 in a row.
Sure.
They were a joke, and now they're on fire.
It's like the Yankees had 16 straight unders.
Right.
Then played like 10 or 11 straight overs, whatever it was. But the Guardians are averaging 6.3 runs per game in these 11 games going back, and they've combined to smack 20 home runs. So they have cut the deficit in the American League wild card from 7 games to 3.5. Meanwhile, Baltimore, they are slugging a Major League Baseball worst 324 against lefties on the season. And Baltimore has been outscored by 30 runs, 45-15 over their last 6 games. They also led 3-0 last night, lost the game.
Yep.
They have 25 blown lead losses in 2025. That matches their total from a year ago, which was the 3rd fewest in all of Major League Baseball. We have 2+ months to go yet.
Mm-hmm. Incredible. Very good.
Maybe-
Emails and tweets, keep them coming. The movie discussion's awesome. Great response. Name movies where the villain won. Tweet at us or at ftm@vsin.com. One email, though, too, I wanted to share that was not movie-related. Your frustrations you talked about with your Charlotte Hornets bet.
Uh-huh.
James in New Jersey bet $50 on Clemson to win the national title at 14-1 on an app. It was sent for approval. 45 minutes later, he got notification it was approved. It was approved. Insanity, he says.
On a $50 bet.
Yeah, to win a
took
national
45
title.
minutes.
To win a national title in college football. Oh, my God.
And a guy's trying to bet it in, that was probably late June or early July. Two months before the season even starts. It's madness.
Yeah. It's like I think you wanted to bet $100 on a guy to win the MVP in the NFL, and they sent the traders. Came back like $60.
Yeah, I know. Happens all the time.
Oh, mama.
At,
The Youngstown line. The Youngstown.
Guys that,
They laugh at you.
of course, they laugh at you for getting
Yep.
$30.
Our NFL betting guide's out, and our college guide drops August 5th. If you want both, get the football special, everything we have to offer, all sports, through the Super Bowl, just $175. Every best bet, every host, every guest. And that's Nigel and Meatman next week, because lower league soccer starts a week from Friday. Come on. The betting splits, the on-demand shows, the VSiN Watch app, the analytics tools and pro systems. It expires July 31st. That's a Hall of Fame game. Chargers, Lions. Get it now? Through the Super Bowl 175. You cannot be serious. What a deal. VSiN.com/subscribe.
A lot to get into with the owner and CEO of Circa Las Vegas, Derek Stevens, coming up next. They offered incredible promotions over the weekend here at Circa. How was it received? And I think other casinos across the country should probably copy them.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Love our weekly conversation with the owner and the CEO of Circa Las Vegas, Derek Stevens. Tuesdays at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific time. Joins us here in studio as he does today. Good to see you again. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing really well.
Good.
You're really well. So over the weekend, Circa Las Vegas offered some incredible promotions, right? Open bar for a couple of hours. One of the nights, you were giving away a massive amount of free play in a short amount of time. What was it, $5,000 over like 15 minutes? Slotapalooza was the name that you gave it over the weekend. How was it received?
We thought we were trying to make something out of a nothing weekend, and it turned out to be spectacular. It was a ton of fun. All the slot manufacturers brought out some new games or recently, delivered games here and around town. Customers love getting on these new games. I mean, people are waiting in line to see these new games. It was awesome. I got to do a couple of videos on a couple of the new ones. It was pretty fun. And then the slot tournament, 972 people or something like that in this all-day slot tournament on Saturday was fun. And then, the main event of the evening. That was a lot of fun. So it worked out great. We're doing it again.
I was going to say, like when? Like next year? Or
we're going to do it next year. But matter of fact, I can say this because it was so good that we immediately called our lawyers yesterday because we got to trademark this. We got so it's pending now. So it's good.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
I didn't know that because I wanted to ask you. Like, this is something because I know how it went. I wasn't here, but I heard. I was out of town. And you're like, oh my God, the parking garage was at capacity at 6:00 at night.
Yeah.
This is something that other casinos should take away from and say we need to do the same thing.
Yeah, sometimes you get lucky on something, and I quickly rounded everybody up and say, hey, we better start talking about this. I think everybody thinks it's a good idea, but this is an idea that's you can't defend it. Everybody's going to want to do it, so let's at least lock up the name and the concept and all that. It was a lot of fun.
I don't know about that. See, why is this your vision? Of this is I want to get people in. And I'm going to give stuff away because he's talked about his frustration before about how a lot of these places cut down on free play and don't offer that.
God,
It's unbelievable. Yeah. So why do you think you decided to go this route and say I'm giving away 5,000 slot play all day tournament? Oh, by the way, open bar 7 to 9.
Yeah, open bar because you got to somebody's got to look at things backwards. It's like when we do on Survivor. You say, okay, you got to go 20-0, but somebody's got to look at it backwards. Like, well, that means there's only 12 teams you can't take. Sometimes you got to look at it the other way. Open bar. How much is it going to cost you per hour? Go the other way. How bad can it get? Come on. I mean, there's only so many beers you can give out in 2 hours. It's all right. We'll be all right.
How was it, by the way?
It worked out great.
It was great.
Which was also great. Huh? We had open bar for 2 hours. Huh? Here's the math on this. We actually did more in beverage sales like after it closed than we would have normally because there were so many people in here. So we gave away, we had open bar for 2 hours. Our revenues were actually up on the day. So it worked out pretty good.
Wow, there you go.
Well done. I could not believe how busy it was and the energy in this place for the Pacquiao fight. So you had UFC at the pool, and then you had the Pacquiao fight in the sports book. It was bananas in here.
Yeah, it was. It turned into a little bit of a sleeper weekend. We didn't know what we were getting into, but man, that was as packed as I think I've ever seen the place. It was a great weekend.
I mean, here's the thing. Pacquiao's 46 years old. It doesn't matter. Guys with a name that big still, when you put him up on a big screen in a place like this, right? I mean, that's going to attract a ton of people because boxing events, they're like few and far between. And I get it. It's not like he's in his prime anymore, far past it. But that's still, I mean, you saw it yourself, right? I mean, people were standing room only here.
Yeah. When they announced the score, I was like, oh. Yeah, because a lot of people I thought he won. Everybody thought Pacquiao won. I'm like, I don't know. So I told Nicole literally like 20 seconds before, watch out for the draw. The draw's alive. Yeah. And a majority draw. Tim Cheatham came in. What did he come in at? Like 114, something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So two judges at 114, so majority draw. People loved it. For the house, I'm glad we got the draw. The draw was actually a rare occurrence. Draw was good only because Pacquiao would have been really bad.
Really bad. I was going to say, typically on fights like that, wouldn't you take it in the shorts if it's a draw?
You usually would, but this was just so one way. Pacquiao, that a draw was a better outcome.
Okay. You put this on social media. Is this how the day started? Someone hit a $400,000 jackpot on Frankenstein?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was like 20 minutes before we officially kicked off our festivities for Slotapalooza, and somebody hits a $400,000 jackpot on Frankenstein. Yeah, it was like 408 or something like that. Yeah.
Now, where is that? Is that one of the?
I've never played that.
Yeah,
game.
That's not a new one, is it?
It's pretty new. It's upstairs, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how the game works?
No.
No.
Absolutely none. No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
I have no idea. Yeah, no idea. Okay, so the last time you were on, you said we're going to come back in. There's going to be 6 Grandissimo. Well, now we turned our head and there's 8.
There were 6 this morning.
What happened?
Yeah, all of a sudden we had 2 different situations happen. Somebody walked into Silverton and put $100,000 down. So that was number 7, and then we had an individual that walked down here, right behind you. You were probably on, and came in with $100,000. This was an interesting one because this fella actually wired in $300,000 yesterday, came into town. Like, we have nothing planned for him at all, nothing. Not in a good, just he bought a room, nothing, like just very low key. Comes to the cage, gets his money, walks up, gets into that. Now he's hanging out for a couple of days with a couple $100,000 in his account. So he's going to have, he's going to be hanging around. So
was he surprised when he found out about the package overall that comes with it?
No, but he was just low key guy.
Really? Okay,
he booked his own room. Now he's talking to a couple. Yeah, maybe I'll move my stuff over to the other.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was really good.
A guy. So for people who don't know, the Silverton, I like that spot. I always have. It's over by the South Point. South end of the strip a little bit, kind of on its own. A guy walks in there, did not give you a heads up at all. Here's $100,000. I want to hop in.
He didn't give us a heads up, but I will tell you one thing. He knows what he's doing. He is one of the first 6, so he doubled up. So it's the first person we have with 2 entries. So he entered like 3 weeks ago, and then now decided to take 2 positions. So this fellow was in it a couple weeks ago.
Okay, and that's the maximum. You get 2.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
What are you thinking now? 30, 40?
Oh no, I'm still trying to get to 15. I know we got another guy coming in this weekend, so
All right.
that'll get us to 9.
Yeah, 6 shy of
It's
the
not even
overlay.
August. Why are you gloomy, Gus?
Yeah.
I'm not gloomy, Gus. I'm just it's the first time we did something.
Yeah, you're
I'm
blowing out the
I'm
water.
sweating out $1.5 million. Well, now we're down to sweating out 700,000. So yeah.
We talked to 3 people who are getting in. I trust them.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
3 more.
Yeah, if I made the number 29.5 right now, and you were forced to make
bet.
$1 million bet on it, would you go over or under?
Oh, if I was forced to make it, I would. I never had aspirations like we could hit, so I'd probably go under.
You'd probably go under
And
29.5.
I don't like going under on anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know about that. What you guys have? You got guys? You
I
got
got
a few guys?
information. I have
Okay, there
information,
we go.
too. Right. How about
I got a guy. Know what I loved is in the British Open. You hear about one of our buddies, Banksy's customer?
No.
He hit the British Open for some crazy tournament on DraftKings where he was at. He hit it, won a couple $100,000. He called us up, and he goes, "Hey, I'm going to take 100 of that. I'm getting in Grandissimo." So I'm like, that
Is
was
that
pretty
right?
cool. Yeah. One of you've met him before out here. I
Okay.
don't want to say his name
Okay.
on the
Yeah,
air,
yeah, no
but no, he was in about him and all his buddies. They come out like 8 guys. Last year, I think
Wow.
they bought like 40 survivors. So they're well known around here. Great guys, big hockey fans. Banks' customer, but yeah, the guy hit some tournament on DraftKings for the Open, and it was a $200,000 payout.
Very good.
for him. I can't believe the listener who came to town and did the Grandissimo, then did the Full House here, and then went to the Westgate and did 10 College, and then did something else over there and dropped over 130,000 on all the contests.
Yeah.
That's madness too. I met him. Great guy. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, well, a lot of these bettors who we don't know have bankrolls that are pretty large,
Yeah, that's what we're finding.
decent size anyway.
Yeah.
Have you heard from any poker players since the World Series of Poker just got over with?
The fella that came in third, I know he's been living over at the Golden Gate for a few days, chilling out, celebrating.
Dunaway? From Texas? Is that guy?
I don't recollect the name,
Okay.
but he was at the final table. I think he got third or fourth. I could be third or fourth, something like that. But he's hanging out over there.
Oh, right.
Nice guy. But I've not heard of any poker players that have reached out saying that they're getting in at this point.
Okay. They will.
I would assume.
That's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
for
assume.
sure. All right, follow the money here on VSiN. The Sports Betting Network will continue with Derek Stevens, owner and CEO of Circa Las Vegas. Is he concerned at all about his Detroit Tigers in a little bit of a funk? We'll ask him next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
We continue here with Derek Stevens, owner and CEO of Circa Las Vegas. We had some breaking news earlier today on our morning show, VSiN by the Books, with Dave Ross and Jensen Lewis. They are going to be moving that show from Circa Las Vegas to your brand new property at the Mint in Kentucky. I saw the pictures. Mike Palm sent me a bunch of them today. I've seen like the renderings online.
Look great.
The place looks outstanding. So
Yeah.
they're going to be getting this basically in Kentucky.
Yeah, it's going to look. It's going to be great. We're excited about it. Franklin, Kentucky, right on the border of Tennessee and Kentucky. kind of like a northern Nashville suburb. But yeah, we built like a little smaller version of what we got right behind us. It's basically one level. It's an expansion of their casino. Their casino, by the way, you'll go nuts in this casino. It's unbelievable. The volume in this place, it blow your mind. It'll blow your mind. Now remember, in Kentucky, there are no table games, so it's just what we would consider to be slot machines, but they're really not slot machines. They're these HHR machines, which, an HHR machine, you don't have W2Gs at 1,200. So you can have bigger jackpots. And because it's a regional casino, and, it's right up the I-65, the parking lot around this place is massive. And this is also where they have the horse races, right?
Yeah,
They I think 6 or 7 races this year. The parking lot's massive. Think about a parking lot to handle like the crowd of horse races. Well, the thing's filled every week, because of the casino. The slot volume is huge. Blows away what we got here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So the volume is tremendous. So I'm just excited about opening up the sports book there. I think it's going to be a great place for people to come hang out, bet sports on a given day. It allows us to kind of tap into the Tennessee market. Tennessee's got some, I'd say, suboptimal regulations. You can't really put a good line out in Tennessee. We don't want to be in Tennessee, but the customers will come across the border for sure. So that's kind of what we're excited about.
Have you been to Nashville often?
I've started going to Nashville because of this project.
Sure.
We started up a year and a half ago. Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh man, I mean, it's one of the fastest growing cities in America. A lot of similarities to Vegas, I would say. No, I've had a great time in Nashville, and again, we're trying to kind of tap into that market a little bit, and if we can get some Nashville money coming into our Circa Sports accounts, that's going to impact the way we're looking at our lines overall.
Yeah, I love Nashville. I think it's a home run location for you guys. Going to absolutely dominate.
Well, I hope so. Sure hope. Yeah, we got a good team. We're ready to go.
Is anything go when you sit in these meetings with your team about creativity and imagination? You're doing Love Island. You put something on social with the babies. Derek Stevens is a baby with that too. So do you want to talk about thinking outside the box? How about open bar 7 to 9? Let's give away 5,000 in 15 minutes in free slot play, and let's do a Love Island promotion, and the place was a zoo.
We determined that everybody else is singing the blues, that Vegas is a little bit slow. So we were probably a little more open on some of these ideas and trying stuff this month. And I think we got lucky. Love Island was unbelievable. Now also realize on Love Island, everybody's saying, "Oh, really great idea, Love Island." I was the hesitant one on Love Island. The key thing about Love Island, though, is that it's on the Sunday night that Major League Baseball takes off for the All-Star game, right? There's not a single sporting event out there. Okay. So we've got nothing to do. Okay. So the barrier to like break into Stadium Swim was as low as it could get. Okay. It was like, come up with an idea. Okay. It'd be an easy one. So it got there. And then all of a sudden we figured out that this thing was going to be pretty hot. And I think it was our best ratio, Paul. We hit a ratio of 70% female, 30% male. That's something Stadium Swim doesn't see on an everyday basis. Yeah. So we are happy about breaking that record. And we were sold out. So it was good.
Wow. Did you go, Paul?
Wow. No, I didn't.
Oh, I did. I loved it. I never saw the show before ever. Really? And the vibe in there was like the way people were cheering. A guy would come on, a couple would come on. They're cheering like it's the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Okay. It's unbelievable. People are wearing T-shirts of the different characters on their T-shirt. It was like going to Super Bowl with jerseys. I couldn't believe it.
Did you follow it? Did that gal take a bad beat? Was she going to win that got kicked off for the tweet?
I have no. I never watched it. I didn't see any of it. No, I have no idea. No clue.
You did? Okay. No, but it was big news. The girl got kicked off the show for some tweet.
my Twitter feed was always like inundated with this stuff. I don't follow it. But is that something you could do? Like, let's say we get another TV show that's like the size of Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones or The Sopranos, where it's like once a week, you got to wait for it. And here's the season finale in the summertime. Could you guys play that out there?
Yeah.
You could.
We definitely could. We definitely want to again, but it's got to be the right time. You know, I mean, there's a few people that may have had other plans and weren't planning on seeing Love Island, but no, we're definitely planning on doing that. We've done a few movies out there, but
Yes.
it's got to be when there's not sports on. I don't want to get too screwed up about this. We're a sports venue, but this was pretty good.
Didn't you show Meg out there?
Yeah, we
Imagine
showed.
what that looked like.
Yeah, the shark movie.
Yeah.
We showed that one.
Good job.
Yeah.
All right.
You're a Tigers guy.
Yes.
You've loved them your whole life.
Yeah.
What's your level of concern right now? Losers of 7 of 8. They've scored only 20 runs in those games, and 7 came in one game.
Yeah, the moment Paul Howard sends me a text saying, "Hey, would you trade your entire farm system for Skeens?" and I say, "No." It's been downhill ever since, right? McGonigal went, by the way, he went to number 1 prospect in all of baseball.
Okay.
But let's see. We got Mize going tonight. Let's see what happens. They got to break out of a funk. They had a tough road trip at Seattle and Texas.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Scooble won that one. There's still 19 games above 500. I would not deal McGonigal. I would not deal Max Clark.
All right, stay strong.
Max Clark's the starting center fielder for the next 8 years, and McGonigal that guy could win an MVP. So the Skeens deal that never happened. But I don't know that I'm certainly not trading one of those guys for Suarez. No way.
Be nice to have a bat. All right.
Yeah, it would be.
How's the problem about Derek and Mike's invitational with the blackjack? Yankees go first. Dodgers go second.
Yeah.
And our guy Mike Sanderson took the Brewers fourth, and they win every game now.
They win. What do they won? 11 in a row now?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
First place now.
Sanderson, I liked this pick. The moment he did it, I was like, wow, I like that one.
Good odds.
Yeah, he sure did.
Got that. So are you a rock and roll? How did you like Black Sabbath? We lost Ozzy Osbourne today.
I kind of came in more in the Ozzy Osbourne era. So, probably my second concert or third concert of my life was Ozzy Osbourne.
Really? Randy Rhoads, Bark at the Moon, are we talking?
That was
Mid-80s,
it was
early
right when Ozzy went on his own. I still remember I had Ozzy posters in my
Really?
Yeah. So I can't believe I knew he was in bad shape a few weeks ago, but I didn't realize it was this dire. So yeah, big loss for rock and roll.
I didn't know that either. Whether how it was, you're right. But they did the farewell concert.
Evidently, he was sick for a while, but I guess looking back, they must have known that it was pretty dire. To get here 2 weeks later and all of a sudden he's gone.
Yeah.
So they had to put that together, and it was a smashing success. But
I can't believe he made 76.
That was amazing.
I know. He lived hard.
He lived hard. That's for sure. He definitely lived hard.
Yep. So the next time we see you, what do you expect for Survivor? You're over 38% up from last year's pace.
Yeah. So we're pacing pretty well on Circa Survivor right now. I think Circa Survivor's pacing at a number going more towards over 16 billion, I would say at this point.
Okay.
Grandissimo, next time I see you. Now I'm on assignment my next 2 sets. So okay,
sure.
so I'm hoping we're at let's say I'm hoping we're at 12 or 13 next time I see you.
Okay. And 20,000 still. We're hoping 20,000 survive.
Well,
we don't want to hear
that
it.
would be something. That would be something if that happened.
Yeah.
It'd be great though. Think about how much fun this would be. Oh my God, it'd be unbelievable. And it also then then it sets it up for, if we have that many people, then I can say, well, we're not going to have to tweak too many rules going forward because we're just going to wait for the NFL to add the 18th game, and that's going to take care of a lot of elements of growth that match up with Circa Survivor as well.
Mm-hmm.
probably sooner than later with that.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
You want to take credit for getting the taxable up to 2,000? Good job with that.
It's not done yet.
It's not done? I thought it was done.
No, it's not done.
Oh,
the taxable up to... No, we're still working. Everything's being worked on. This is unbelievable. We're still trying to figure out how we're going to get this 90% deduction. So we're working with all the politicians on the right side and left side of the aisle. But this is a big deal. We got to get this thing fixed.
For sure. Could it go higher than 2,000, by the way?
I think there's so much momentum that there's a slim chance that maybe it could. Yeah, because it has to be reintroduced. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Ultimately, you'd want it 5, 6?
At least 5.
Yeah.
I think it'd be so much better. IRS wants it at 5. It's too much work for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great job. See you in a couple weeks. Good job.
There you go.
Get
Stay
the
tuned.
Tigers
Prime
tomorrow.
time next for 4 hours. Tim Murray and Matt Humans. Good luck with the bets tonight. We'll see you.